welcome to Tales from the Tips. I'm DA with 15-year Tour Caddy Mick Middlemo. We're just a couple of guys that love to talk about the game of golf, both inside and outside the ropes, but we come at it from a different perspective. Mick,
Yes, sir.
how you doing, buddy?
And actually, I'm a little hungover.
Oh, wait, it's Monday.
Yeah.
It's the longest day of golf, Mick.
Yeah, I know. I've been looking at all the scores.
We're going to get into that. We got a lot of storylines, but what's going on? What's been new? How's Dad? Let's get a progress report on Mick.
Yeah, Mick is going fine. Mick started work last week. He's got his job going, so he's up and rolling. Everything went well there, kind of, sort of.
Kind of, sort of.
He's doing well there. Dad is doing remarkably well, recovering well from his elbow injury, but he's obviously still not with us at the house right now. He's probably going to be gone for another 3 weeks. And we'll be he'll be good to go. I'm going to visit him after this podcast. I'll go visit Harry over there at the hospital, and we'll hang out for a few hours.
You're gonna go check out Pops and see how he's doing, huh?
I will be doing that. So, for certain.
Let me ask you this.
Yep.
How has the house been without him around?
Very quiet.
Really?
Very, very quiet here it is, yes. It's very quiet.
Well, as I'm pulling up all of our wonderful notes, we got a lot to get into.
Right.
We kind of sort of took a semi-week off.
We had some issues.
Well, we did. We had some scheduling issues.
We did.
Mostly on my fault. Well, it is not mostly. It was my fault. Friday night, we had our annual Father's Day event. Yes, I know it's a few weeks early, but there's this little thing called the World Cup coming here to the United States and here in Atlanta. And we've talked about Mike Conti quite a bit on this podcast. He's one of the reasons why you and I got this thing going. He doesn't want it to interfere with World Cup. So we had it Friday night at Twin Peaks with our good friend James. Mick, I had several listeners and clients and, of course, staff asking, how is Mick? Now,
I'm sure Billy was one of them.
I got to ask you this. Billy was one of them. Why is it, though? Can I ask you this question? Because I don't know. I don't know if it was me or if it's like every time somebody asks me about how is Caddy Mick, they have to try to do their Australian.
Yes, I lived with that for 30 years over there, with people trying to do Australian accents, and they're not very good at it. Most people.
No,
the best person ever accent is Kevin Stadler.
I was going to say, I mean, it was like one after another. How is your mate Mick? And I'm like, huh?
Yeah.
I'm like, Mick, he's fine. What? Why are we talking like this?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what are we doing?
On the fake Australian accents. Yeah, I lived with it for a long time. Very very annoying at times.
I found it funny, and so therefore I was I figured, I'm like, well, I got to pass the message on that everybody was asking about you. Mike Bell misses you dearly.
Yes, good man.
So there was several people asking. Bo Morgan decided to ask me how you were doing. So we got a really nice night. It was a little different though, Mick. It was a little empty without you there, and Kerrigan wasn't there either. So I didn't have to deal with you trying to get me to go buy shoes.
Well, you should have. She broke her shoes. Anyway.
So, moving on.
I did go to the one last year and it was wonderful, but I'm sure this one would have been even more gooder.
More gooder. We had a great time.
With the Twin Peaks, which is a wonderful place. And I missed that place.
It misses you. Okay. The Postman delivers at Jack's place. Not only does JT Poston get it done, but he avoids playing another 36 holes today. by qualifying for the U.S. Open. He doesn't have to participate in the longest day of golf.
Nope.
He outlasts Ryan Gerard on the second playoff hole at Memorial. We've got Mick. Did you hear about a certain player berating his caddy as they were walking down the fairway?
No, I did not. Which player?
World number one.
Ooh.
Got on Teddy Scott. We'll get into that because on the heels of the Memorial, one of your favorite tournaments, we've got the RBC Canadian this week, which is, speaking of somebody getting yelled at by a player, we will remind everybody what happened there. Nelly Korda gets it done at the U.S. Open. Congratulations to Nelly.
That's since you picked her to win. You went out on a limb this week. You picked Rory and Nelly Korda. Way to go.
I was on fire this week. Awesome. Yes, I went on a listen, you went really far too with JJ Spawn there, buddy. And Hannah Green.
Well, he's not number 1 or 2 in the world.
Well, he's been playing like 1 or 2 in the world.
Well, you pick him. And I think
he went him. And then congratulations to Ben Crane and Darren Clark on the team win on the Champions Tour at the American Insurance Open, the AmFam up there in Minnesota.
Yeah, I wasn't cheering for
them.
Up
in Wisconsin, sorry.
I wasn't cheering for them.
What's that?
I wasn't cheering for them. I was cheering for Cam Percy and Greg Chalmers. Finished third. Good job, boys.
Well, I was going to ask you about that. And then, Mick, it's our favorite day, the longest day of golf. We will get into scores and highlights, and we'll talk about some of the notables that are making it and some of the ones that aren't going to be at Shinnecock.
Be there.
So if you're ready, sir.
I'm ready. I'm been doing homework. I'm ready.
Let's grip it and rip it. Okay, well, exciting, obviously, and I say this in all seriousness. JT Poston, a good friend of ours. Mick, you know that I was been able to get to know JT a little bit through our buddy Michael DeLong. As a matter of fact, Michael had some pretty funny texts back and forth with JT after the win yesterday. I will say I was a little nervous for him during that final round, going into it with a 4-stroke lead, and then his driver and putter decided to disappear for a little while.
They went AWOL for a little while, but he's okay now. $4 million.
What's that? Yeah,
well, $4 million.
He's yes. Well, as you would always say, he earned every penny of that. JT's been struggling. He's had a top 20 drought in his previous 13 tournament starts. Mick, he was 110th in the FedEx points going into this week.
Yeah, a quick 700 extra points have helped him out.
He is now 32nd.
Yeah, that'll help you out. No, good on him. Good fella. So that's that was a win at a very good golf course too, by the way. And again, that's the second week in a row that 12 under has won a tournament.
That is and amazingly, that was the same score you picked when you and I were going back and forth. You said 12 under is going to win.
Mm-hmm. Fact.
So you nailed that. Couple of things. One, the ball switch. JT just switched to the Pro V left dash, which helped control his spin rate. Mick, did you see a couple of those shots into 18?
I kind of did, yeah.
He could have easily have spun those off that green.
Yes, he could have.
Dropping it to about 7.5 feet, rolls the one in that mattered on 18 on the 72nd hole to tie Gerard to force the playoff, and then on the second playoff hole he wins with Ryan 3-putting the green.
Yeah, that was
Sad to see that. Didn't want to see it that way, but overall glad to see.
a friend of the, we like a friend of the show winning.
We do like a friend of the show winning. I think something has to be said about the aura that we bring. Ask Stewart. Yeah, Stewart comes on and he goes on this winning streak. Maybe JT, maybe he's going to just take off now.
He could. I
Um,
don't know if he's playing in the Canadian Open. He might be having a week off. I don't know.
I think he's going to take a week off. Mick? Did you see the post round interview with Amanda?
I did.
I think you could see his wife's the stress on her face coming off of it. He was struggling. I mean, let's not get it. I've known JT's wife when she was his fiance. We met out at Eastlake, and that was a couple right there with 2 young kids thinking about what is next year going to look like if things don't turn around. And thankfully, he had the weekend of his life. Friday shoots 65. Saturday only gets out there for a couple of holes and then has to go play a marathon 31 hole. Sunday added an extra 2, so 33 total holes yesterday. But also the biggest thing is he was heading over to Springfield to have to play another 36 because he was not qualified for the U.S. Open.
There's only one guy that would have been happier, and that's his caddy.
Aaron Fellner is a happy man.
Back 36 holes is probably not a fun thing to do.
Could you picture 67 holes in 2 days?
Yeah. Hopefully you had the carry bag for the US Open qualifying, which I never had the luxury of a carry bag in the US Open qualifying. I had to do the big bag for 36 holes.
You did the big bag for 36 holes?
Oh, yeah.
Who made you do that?
All of them.
Why?
They're not bringing a carry bag just special because that is just their clubs. They have it set up that way, and that's what they went with. The big bag. That's what you go with. It's all good.
Wow. I feel bad for you.
That's what we do. You set your sights on it. You get after. You got 36. You know it's going to be a long day, and you just make sure you're hydrated, and away you go. Obviously, it was a lot harder when I was doing it a little bit because it was usually the week after Memphis. So you're doing 36 holes in Memphis, which is not the most pleasant place to caddy 36 holes as hot as it is normally down there. So, but thankfully they were very flat golf courses that we did the 36 on. And
so let me ask you this.
Right away, a lot of the times it wasn't 36 holes either.
Well, what Q school is like that too.
Well, Q school's 18 every day. That was 6 rounds plus practice rounds. So yeah, that was 9, usually 9 straight days of caddying. Yeah, you're usually a bit worn out by the end of it. Mentally, that's definitely the hardest of the lot.
Couple other things from the weekend. Sam Burns, Tommy Fleetwood starting to get their form back. Wyndham Clark playing some really good golf these days.
Sam Burns and Fleetwood are both playing in the Canadian Open too.
Yeah, I think they're going to be getting ready for for the U.S. Open. I think Sam Burns is playing. Tommy Fleetwood is starting to really play some good golf. But looking at Wyndham being in there, any other things that stand out to you from the Memorial? Some of the guys that kind of surprised you. Obviously, I don't think any of us really, if you were running a TV network, wanted JT Poston and Ryan Gerard in a playoff. That's not how you would draw it up. You would have wanted Scotty versus Rory. But what are any other?
Starting to tread water at the moment.
Yeah, well, I mean, we still got to talk about Scotty and his blow up on Ted Scott. Yeah, I mean it was bad. Now I wish you would have been able to see it because I wanted your interpretation. Scotty basically hits a flush 7-iron. With the and it drops into it was the par 3 16th. Water on the left-hand side.
Yeah, hard
Pin,
hole.
yeah,
Very.
very hard hole. Pin was left side front. Scotty says that he hits a flush 7-iron, but the wind knocks it and takes it and knocks it into the water.
Mm-hmm.
As they're walking and the cameras are picking it up, here's the exact quote. "I never thought that was in the water. I don't know what to do. I can't hear a word you're saying, dude. Now I'm in the water because it came in out of the right. Absolutely flushed a 7-iron and we get the wind wrong and I'm in the water. I don't think you understand how frustrating that is. Like, that was a good shot. I flushed it. It's so frustrating when we get this stuff wrong. I hit a good shot and I'm dropping from hazards. We cannot get the wind wrong." Ted Scott calmly says, "I do."
Yeah, well, that's all you can. You're not. There's no point in arguing.
Let me ask you this. Is this starting to be a frustration of not playing well overall, or and this is just a microcosm, or is this are things starting to unravel with the Scotty Ted Scott?
I don't think it's starting to unravel. I mean, obviously, when you're starting to play not to your expectations or as good as you want to be playing, there's going to be issues and there's going to be things said, and and obviously, he's the closest person out there. But again, it's like sometimes picking the wind is awfully tricky, and especially that place because it swirls so much there. And it can be tricky. But again, I wasn't there. I wasn't privy to it to know the conversation they had beforehand about did Scotty go, okay, yeah, you're right, it's fine, the wind is coming out of that way, let's go with that. Because I mean, he's got to be accountable as well. He's at the end of the day, he's the one who's got to hit the shot. He's going to be trusting the wind as well. And if he's trust his caddy, and they both thought the wind was coming, if they both thought the wind was coming that way, then then go ahead and hit the shot. If they both got the wind wrong, it happens. It does happen. Now, again, if you don't want to err on the side of short, then and you want to make sure you clear the water, then you hit 6-iron.
Right.
You take the water completely out of play. It is a very, very hard hole, and the wind does swirl down on that hole. I know it very, very well. It's like you don't want to mess with that water ever on that side. And a lot of the times on Sundays, and the pin is on that left corner there, no one goes for the flag on that hole. No one.
And that's kind of my question is, obviously Scotty was trying to make a move on Friday. JT had posted a really good score, 65. He had jumped out to, I believe it was 9 under at that point. Scotty kind of was treading water. I think it's a little bit. I think Scotty felt like he could get at it and knock in a birdie and gain some strokes on the field. And I think they misplayed it.
Well, they blew it totally. I mean, I don't think that's a hole that you're really trying to make, unless you hole a 30-foot putt for birdie. I think that's where you should be aiming on that hole. It's not like an aggressive birdie hole by any stretch of imagination, because you can just bring double bogey into play so quickly, and they did.
Well, they brought it in real fast, and it's just I just was a bit surprised by Scotty's outburst.
Yeah, but I think if they spoke about it after the round, I mean, obviously in the heat of the battle, things are going to get said. I think if they sat down and spoke about it after the round, I think they would clear the air and have a conversation about it and move on. It happens. There's no such thing as a perfect caddy.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch every day from lunch to late night? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Hit a home run for happy hour and ask your Twin Peaks girl about local specials on drafts, cocktails, shots, and more.
You were close.
No.
No.
I ruined careers.
Another guy playing some really good golf, Alex Fitzpatrick. Great day on Saturday. Him and Christopher Wrighton, the winner a couple weeks ago, both shoot 65s. Eric Cole, another good week. Alex Noren, a good week. Adam Scott, T12, Really good day. 66 yesterday. Just Rory, as you mentioned earlier, T12 as well. JJ Spawn, T12. So you and
Yeah.
I, no blood there.
A disastrous 5 over in the second round.
A disastrous 5 over 77. Sandwiched with a 67, 68, and then even par 72 there on Sunday. Mick, I think we need to reach out to Harris English's caddy, Eric Larson. Maybe we give him a little good luck and get Harris on the winning track for some of these tournaments. What do you think?
No, I can do that. We can,
Yeah.
Let's give him a little a burst and see if I can get him on the show.
The course definitely, obviously, I thought the course played beautifully. You know, obviously, I'm very careful with what I say about Jack's Place there outside of that city. Fitting that a guy, though, that was wearing Elijah Craig as one of his sponsors wins in Dublin, Ohio. So congratulations to our buddy JT Poston. And Mick?
Yes, sir.
We turn our attention to the women's U.S. Open. Nelly Korda, 7 back after day 1. Yeah. Had to switch shoes mid-round. Changes her grip after Thursday because her sister said, change your grip. Mick, is she the best female golfer right now, hands down?
Hands down. Totally. Hands down. She's back. She had a little lull there for a while, but no, she's back playing great again.
How great did Riviera look?
It's a great golf course condition-wise.
But
it's not my favorite golf course.
You don't like the layout?
I don't like certain holes. I think certain holes are fantastic. I think there's certain holes there that belong on mini golf.
Like number 10?
No, number 10's a great hole.
Number
10. Number 10's the best par 4 in America.
You think so?
100% I do.
Why?
It's great, because you have to think your way around that 280-yard or 275-yard par 4, whatever it is, and you really have to think your way on that golf hole. Because you can try to go for the green, the front left part of the green, and get it there close, and then you have a simple birdie. But if you hit it too far left, or if you just want to lay up, and then you've got one of the narrowest approach shots, and then you have to try to control the spin, and if you get into one of those bunkers, you could be going back and forth in bunkers forever. I think it's a great golf hole. Makes you really, really think about, and I think every golf course should have a short par 4, very, very similar to it. I like every golf course should have a really short, great par 3, because I think the best par 3s in the world are 130 yards or less. Royal Melbourne has one. Troon has one. You know, TPC Sawgrass is a great one. I mean, I'm not a big fan of 230, 240-yard par 3s. I think they're ridiculous. I think everyone should have a short par 4 or par 3 on the golf course. I think it's a great idea.
I'm playing a little devil's advocate. I wanted to see the reasons, and I don't think I disagree with that. That is a thinking man's hole. There's a couple of the other ones, some of the par 3s that are a little ridiculous.
Yeah. You can hit it 40 yards right of the green, and just watch it trickle down the hill and go close to the hole. It's ridiculous. It's some of them, and then you got what is it, the 6th hole with the bunker in the middle of the green? Yeah, not a fan.
Anything else that you take away from the U.S. Women's Open?
No, I think Nelly's she's back and playing great, and she's going to have a tremendous season. She's going to win another 3 or 4 times before the season's over for sure. As good as she's playing.
So she's 2 points away from making the Women's Hall of Fame, which is just one major win. She's 2 major wins from completing the career Grand Slam, but that's only 4 of the 5. But she could win 3, and then she could have all 5, which is the Super Slam.
Yeah. She's by the time her career's done, that's a given.
She's won the first 2 of the season. Yeah, I really like to see Charlie Hall right there finish T2. I thought Hannah Green. I was with you. I thought Hannah Green was going to have a tournament for sure. That was one that
I saw some of her highlights of playing on the last day. She played beautifully on the last day.
She just continues to impress me. There's some of these women that are just playing some really good golf right now, but I just don't think any of them are going to catch Nelly.
No chance.
So here we go. The RBC Canadian at Osprey, TPC Toronto, Osprey Valley, just outside of Toronto, about an hour outside of Toronto. I know, Mick, this wasn't the course that it happened at.
Oh,
but
it was not.
Remind our listeners of your little history with the RBC.
Well, it's funny because one of my buddies I was having a beer with, he back here in Australia, he knew I'd caddy many, many years ago, but he's not really doesn't follow golf that much. But he would just happen to be flipping through YouTube the other day, and then it came up as the top 5 caddy player blow ups of all time, and I made number 4.
Congratulations, Mick.
Yeah, I was very proud of that. Thought I could have got a little higher than that in their rankings, but yes, I had a little falling out with a certain player with the initials Robert Allenby. Had a little falling out with him on the golf course and decided that I didn't want to be abused anymore. So after 9 holes, I just let someone else carry the bag out of the crowd for the next 9 holes and went home.
I think the one part that I kind of laugh at is the fact that he said he fired you, and you have been quite adamant to say, no, I quit. I think the results are pretty obvious. After 9 holes, his bag was laying on the ground, and you were walking off the golf course. Somebody was
standing up, and then I guess he carried it to the first tee, and then someone from the crowd said, "What happened to your caddy?" And he goes, "Well, he left." And then so this guy carried the bag for 9 holes, and of course Robert didn't have a yardage book for the rest of the round, which probably made it harder. Yeah, he shot a smooth 83.
Oh, well, that's a good day for him.
Yeah.
So I love the Canadian Open. I know we talked about it quite a bit last year. The rink, so to speak, their kind of their homage to the 16th at the Waste Management tournament. Couple of things though, I don't like it being the week before the U.S. Open. It's one of those tournaments I would rather have had maybe the C.J. Byron Nelson or something here in between the Memorial and the U.S. Open. But again, they also have one of the qualifiers. I mean, you've got
it used to be after the British Open. It used to be the week after.
Yeah.
It used to be the British Open because we'd always get a charter flight from the British Open back to the Canadian Open. With the PGA Tour would have a charter flight for us, and I think that was even worse for the tournament. Was after the British Open. At least I'm going to say, giving the list here of watching the players, there are a lot of top 10 players in the world and a lot of top 25 players in the world who are playing this week. So I think maybe scheduling wise, this has probably worked out a little better because now people are. I think some people are going to, obviously played Memorial, play the Canadian Open, and then really try to have their game zoned in for their 3rd week in a row or something like that, so they can get ready to go for the U.S. Open at Shinnecock.
I mean, you've got Colin Morikawa's teeing it up, Robert McIntyre, Brooks Koepka, Justin Rose,
Tommy Fleetwood. I mean, there's a lot of good
Wyndham
players.
Clark is playing again. Yeah. Sam Burns, Matt Fitzpatrick. We're going to finally get a look at Matt Fitzpatrick. It's been a while since we saw him. It's a really good field. What are some of the things you're going to look for this week? I mean, obviously there are guys in this field that played 36 holes today.
Yep.
And we're gonna get into the longest day of golf. I don't have the results up, so I'm gonna be leaning on you to give us that. What we'll do once we get there is I'll read off the course, and you'll give us I'll give you some highlights of the top players, and then we'll go into the qualifiers who made it and how many were available, and we'll go do that. But what are some of your takeaways for this week? What are you watching for at the RBC Canadian as we get ready to go into U.S. Open week?
I just think that the top players and how they're preparing themselves and how they get ready for this week, I think it's going to be like the Justin Roses of the world. How obviously his new irons are starting to go okay because he's playing some pretty good golf with them. Just the way they prepare and how they get ready for the U.S. Open. I think the top players in the field and how they go. And again, it gives, but there's also an opportunity for somebody else to win and get into the U.S. Open. So.
Well, and that's the thing that is nice about this. You still have a guy, Justin Rose, again, T12, had a really good weekend. Obviously, 71 on the final day, 68, 60, 69, 76 there. Him and Rory, Adam Scott, Scottie Scheffler, JJ Spawn.
I think it's fun to watch the players and how they all have their different ideas on how to approach majors. Some guys want to take the week off. Some guys want to keep playing. To me, I love it just because everybody has a different mentality when it comes to playing majors and how they prepare for it. Obviously some guys do want to have that week off and want to practice at home and do their thing and get ready mentally that way, and other guys just want to keep playing. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's just every person has their own different ways to prepare.
Well, and like I know we talked about this last year. The rough at TPC Toronto at Osprey Valley is very tough. It's that thick bluegrass, kind of what they were facing at the Memorial. I'm surprised by some of the guys playing in it because they just got their tails whooped by a course this past week, and now they're going to be up in Canada getting it handed to them again before heading to the U.S. Open. So with that, sir, who do you have for this week's Canadian Open?
I'm going with Jacob Bridgman.
Jacob Bridgman.
So did I say Bridgman? Bridgman. Jacob Bridgman. I meant to say yes.
Yes.
You didn't see, did you?
What's that?
You didn't see that one coming, did you?
No, but Jacob Bridgman's been playing some really good golf. He was, one of the sleeper picks for the PGA a couple of weeks ago. I'm always a fan of a sleeper pick, so to speak. Here's a guy that I like, and I'm going with a little bit of home country flair. Mackenzie Hughes.
Okay.
Mackenzie Hughes of Charlotte, North Carolina. So we're going to have some North Carolina boys winning back-to-back weeks. You've got Jacob Bridgman, Mick.
And I apologize for screwing up his name because I was thinking about D.A. Brigman, who I used to know very well on the PGA Tour. So
yes. But there's a couple of guys in here that I think you're going to see up there.
Jacob Bridgman from South Carolina too, by the way.
He's from the uppers, I think, right? If I remember right.
Sure, but I know he went to Clemson. He went to Clemson.
Oh, he's a Tiger. Okay. Well, sir, do you have your phone out? Do you have your results from the qualifiers?
Of course I do. Not my phone. I have my computer. My computer.
You have your computer. Okay. So,
there's 10 of them.
There's 10. Let's start, speaking of Ontario, Canada. Lambton Golf and Country Club in York, Ontario, Canada. Some of the notables there. Max Homa. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, Yes, he's going to be an alternate, I believe.
Ricky Castillo?
Or they're going to play, I'll go back there. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 people who are tied at 6 under who got through. So there is Max Homa made it. He will be playing in the US Open.
Max did make it. Look at that. Ricky Castillo, Bo Hosler, Camilo Villegas, and Recent guy to fire his caddy after he was late for his tee time, Garrett Higo.
Yes, none of which made it.
None of which made it.
Emilio Grillo, he medaled there. He shot 65, 66 to finish 9 under, so he will be heading off to the US Open. Nothing exciting about that one.
Now, I'm going to ask you this because there's a couple. Let me read off the guys that are there, and then we'll see where we're at here. Del Paso Country Club in Sacramento, California. I believe that they should still be out on the golf course. It is 5:35 out there.
Yes, they are still on the golf course.
You've got Ricky Barnes, your buddy Michael Block, Dean Grazerman, Kevin Na, Jeff Ogilvy.
None of which are featuring in the top 4 at the moment.
Oh no! Is it 4? How many guys are in, and how many qualify? 4? Is it 4?
There are 4 spots. There is an amateur who is leading at 8 under par, and then there is there's 3 amateurs leading that.
Wow.
Eric Lee, California, Thea Plu, amateur from Colorado, and Merrick Fleming, an amateur from Texas, are all inside the cut line for 4 players only to make it at the present time.
Wow. That's a tough way to go.
Some guys still have 9 holes to play still.
Okay. We turn our focus back to Ohio. Springfield, Ohio. 78 players are playing for 5 spots. Some of the notables, Tony Finau, Brent Snedeker, Aldrich Pockeater.
Missed.
I thought Pockeater was supposed to be playing, thought he was here in Georgia. Billy Horschel, Neil Shipley.
Billy Horschel's through. Neil Shipley won. He tied for the lead with Zach Blair. They both finished at 8 under par.
He was the medalist, as they would say.
Dylan Wu, Billy Horschel, and Nick Hardy are the players that will be playing in the US Open out of Springfield Country Club. And Billy Horschel is also playing the Canadian Open.
Oh, nice. Okay, we'll go back out west, Crestville, Oregon, to the Emerald Valley Golf Club. There's 54 spots, 54 players for 2 spots. You've got the Putnam brothers, Andrew and Michael Putnam. Mick?
Yeah, they are still on the golf course at the moment, but Andrew Putnam looks like he's going to qualify. He is tied T2 at the moment with Grayson Lynch, who is going to be the medalist, Spencer Tibbetts, and there is another amateur from Chinese Taipei who I'm not going to. Well, yeah, he's going to get through as well. But they still. No, it's an easy one. That's Ting Wei Chang. He's tied at the moment, so he's probably going to go through as well. So, but there's only 2 spots at that event. I lie. There's only 2 spots at Emerald Valley, first and second.
There's only 2. Okay, we go to the famed Woodmont Country Club, the North Course in Rockville, Maryland. 77 players for 4 spots. Some of the notables, Blades Brown, that's my guy, 19 years of age, out of Nashville, Tennessee. And Michael Thor Bjornsson.
Blades is going to miss by 1.
He is going to miss by 1.
Yes, sir. He shot 4 under, and 5 under is the. There is 2 guys tied at 5 under, and they will be having a playoff 2 for 1 spot. That is Brian Lee, amateur, 2 for 1.
Did Michael Thor Bjornsson make it?
No, sir.
Zach Boshu?
No, sir. Ben Coles.
Evan Beck.
Ben Coles, Jackson Suba, Logan Riley, amateur, and Brian Lee, amateur, and Jake Solon will be playing 2 for 1 for that last spot.
There you go. We'll head out to Ben Isles Country Club, the East Course in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. 78 players for 4 spots. Your buddy Matt Kuchar is out there. Louis Gagne, Matthew Pavone, some guy named Miles Russell, and Miles has this guy named Charlie Woods on the bag today.
And they qualified.
And they qualified. Okay, my question is Charlie Woods going to carry for Miles at the U.S. Open?
Yes.
You think so? They're going to be teammates?
Again, 3 amateurs made it through there.
Wow. Yeah,
Ben
there
Silver
was 78, 3 amateurs, 78 players for 4 spots.
and 3 amateurs. Ben Silverman from Canada was the only non-amateur to make it there.
Who else was the other 2?
Oh, see now I
Was
flipped
it
it off.
Giuseppe Pubala?
Yes.
Giuseppe, yes. He's 17, by the way.
Giuseppe Pabella is the co-medalist with Ben Silverman, and then Ryan Cowan and Miles Russell are the other 2 that made it there.
Nice. We go to New York, the Century Country Club and Golf Club of Purchase, New York, 79 players for 4 spots. Shane Bacon, James Nichols, Michael McCoy, Clancy Waugh. By the way, Clancy Waugh is the is the son of former PGA of America CEO Seth Waugh.
James Nichols made it. Kevin Roy, Max Grayson got through. Benjamin James and James Nichols are the 4 players who missed by 1. Matt Jones from Australia.
There you go.
Australian Open winner, good bloke.
We will now head to North Carolina, the Gaston Country Club in Gastonia. 78 players for 5 spots. Let's see here. Bill Haas, Chasen Hadley, Chevs Reevy, Doc Redman, and some guy named Webb Simpson. Yes, the 2012 U.S. Open champion
And
playing
none of them
out of...
made it. Another amateur has the medal up there. Jackson Ormond, amateur from Rochester, New York. Cole Hammer, Brandon Wu, Jackson Van Paris, and Carl Young from the People's Republic of China. So the amateurs are playing very well. Harry Higgs missed by 1.
The amateurs are playing well. The Lakes Golf and Country Club in Westerville, Ohio, 54 players for 4 spots. Most notable, the 2009 U.S. Open winner, Lucas Glover, Brian Campbell, Davis Thompson, Austin Eckroat, and Tyler Watts.
Davis Thompson is your medalist at 11 under, beating J.B. Holmes. And then we have 2 more amateurs, Vaughan Harbour and Arnie Svensson from Iceland.
And last but certainly not least, in the great state of Georgia at Hawks Ridge, by the way, look at that right there. That's right. Hawks Ridge Golf Club, 78 players for 5 spots. Stephen Yeager, Mick's favorite guy out of Atlanta, Chris Kirk, Keith Mitchell, Tommy Morrison, Brendan Todd, Jason Duffner, Luke Colton. Mick, who came out of Georgia?
Chris Kirk is your medalist at the moment. At the moment, he has 1 hole to play.
He still has 1 hole to play. It's 8:45.
Well, that's what it says here. Unless they
do? You know what? They may have had the rain delay that we had because it was raining pretty heavily here in North Georgia today.
Looks like there's only 1 hole to play. Chris Kirk is your leader, and obviously we'll be in with Jake Peacock, Keith Mitchell, Robbie Higgins, and then there's going to be 3 people who are tied at 10 under. Now, Chase Keys is an amateur out of Birmingham, Alabama. Looks like he has 1 hole to play. So if he birdies it, then he'll be the 5th person in. But Chris Kirk, one of my favourite players, is 100% going to the US Open.
Boom. We love to see that. That is right there in Ball Ground, Georgia. That is only, Mick, that's 22 minutes from my house. I love that golf course.
Played there a few times, and they say it's a wonderful golf course. I've never had the pleasure, but I'm sure I will at some stage when I get back there.
I was going to say we'll have to get out there because, I've played it a handful of times. It is a truly remarkable golf course. You better drive your golf ball really straight out there. Otherwise, you're going to lose a lot of golf balls.
Well, I'll just go to your bag and get them out. You got plenty.
There you go. Well, sir, the next time we get together, we'll be talking U.S. Open.
Yes, and then we'll be talking about the Canadian Open. Who won the Canadian Open?
We will recap the Canadian Open. We'll talk about the U.S. Open, and we'll finalize all the guys that are in, and we'll have our picks. Mick,
Yes, sir.
Have a wonderful week. I know you've had a couple of days off, and you're going to be able to kick back. What's that?
4 days, in fact.
4 days off, and then he gets back at it. 6 on, right?
No, only 4. Doing 4 next week. Only 4
4?
days next week. Working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday next week. 40 hours.
Awesome. We turn our focus to the U.S. Open. We'll turn our focus to World Cup as well next week. We've got a big match between Team USA and Team Australia and coming up as well in group play. So looking forward to you and I bouncing some trash talk off of that. So
yes, we're not. I don't think we're very good.
I don't think we're very good.
Yeah. Well, we should probably qualify out of our group, though. Just saying. Anyway, we'll save that for another day.
We'll save that for another day. Thanks for teeing up with us on Tales from the Tips. If you're catching us on YouTube, make sure you give us a like, hit that subscribe button, drop us a comment, and let us know how we're doing. You can find every episode of Tales from the Tips wherever you find your favorite podcast. That's Apple, Spotify, YouTube. Of course, now we are available on iHeart Podcasts. Just search for Tales from the Tips under podcast. Give us a like, hit the plus button, subscribe, and enjoy. Mick?
Yes, sir.
You can catch us on all the socials, Instagram, X, and your favorite? TikTok. And you can watch Mick and I live on Twitch and now on YouTube Live. Mick, we had quite a few people, by the way, last week watching us on YouTube. So great to welcome in that content. If you want to watch us live, you don't have to deal with all the editing. So there you go. It's a fun show. You never know what we're going to say. I don't see myself playing golf this week, Mick. I've got some swim meets, and the rain here is looking like I'm going to be stuck inside quite a bit. But next time I'm out there, I'm going to keep my drive straight, my putt short, and my scores low. Buddy, I miss ya, and we will see you next time on Tales from the Tips.
See you.